Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the United States Cyber Operations and Risk Management Briefing. Today, we are going over the cybersecurity incident response approach. This presentation will include an introduction, information pertaining to software assurance, the software development lifecycle, issues with supply risk management, common vulnerabilities, and helpful recommendations. With advances in technology demanding by today's society, there is an increase in the ease of access to both information and systems. Being technically advanced creates a lot of positives for people, but it also has serious liabilities. With this risk comes a new set of challenges. Being able to create cybersecurity policies can mitigate or defeat these threats. Software assurance is a means of instilling confidence that software and services are free from intentional and unintentional vulnerabilities. Software assurance provides users the confidence that the programs and services they are using are protected against interference, whether intentional or accidental. It also ensures that the software would perform as intended. The four most common rules pertaining to software are: avoid installing any software which has malware pre-installed. Make sure that no vulnerabilities are exploitable parts of the source code are in the code prior to having the software accepted for operations. Make sure that future discoveries of any common vulnerabilities and exposures can be readily patched. And finally, to ensure that the exploitable software that puts the stakeholder most at risk is mitigated before it is released. The software development life cycle, also known as SDLC, is the methodological design or way to design, produce, and test software with the aim of producing a quality product that meets or exceeds the expectations of the company's clientele. The software development life cycle is dependent on a few fundamental aspects in order to ensure that the process will be successful and free of problems. The following is an outline of these steps: methods for developing plans, performing system analysis, designing systems, constructing systems, putting systems through testing and deploying systems, and performing system maintenance. The supply chain for software has a serious security risk. It's possible that a single piece of machinery could contain components from all around the world. Countries such as China have earned a strong reputation in recent years as producing high-quality electronic component manufacturers. There are sufficient opportunities for sabotages from the moment a product leaves the plant to the moment it reaches its destination. This risk is carried by every point in a supply chain, including the final service or product, at least until it is mitigated. Supply chain risks are not only the risk of delays in procuring software or trouble with purchasing or shipping, but with software itself. U.S. Trade Agreement Act, or TAA compliance, allows government organizations to restrict procurement of goods and services to products that are manufactured or wholly transformed in the United States or TAA designated countries. Some of the things that we should consider are: who is developing the software? It can signify a key area of risk, and who verifies the integrity. Another key supply chain risk involves both hardware and software purchasing and procurement. It is not only important to be able to purchase hardware and software and have it procured in a timely manner, but purchases must follow certain guidelines and security protocols aligned with U.S. standards. System vulnerabilities. A comprehensive understanding of system vulnerabilities and threats is essential for ensuring the security of sensitive data and preserving its dependability. Because of sensitive information that is stored in a network, an adversary that is highly motivated and determined offers a greater threat to a network such as the United States government. During the Five Eyes Summit, vulnerabilities in the American network were identified that had the potential to make it susceptible to the subsequent attack. The human factor is necessary for the successful execution of the majority of cyber attacks, including distributed denial of service or DDoS attack or assaults, man-in-the-middle attacks, malware infection, and phishing emails and links. A couple solutions should be implemented to ensure that all vulnerabilities are identified. A network scanner such as Tenable Nessus should be implemented to scan system. This will identify any vulnerabilities in the operating systems as well as in software such as Microsoft Office product. In addition to network scanner, a code scanner such as Web Inspect should be implemented as well. There are three categories of software, or there are three options in purchasing softwares. First is the commercial or the COTS, open source known as OSS, and internal cost software is a software product that is already complete and ready to be released to the customer. Mitigation risk can be challenging to figure out which software options would meet or even exceed the requirement that a company has set for themselves. This is especially true when going up against a technically better foe. It is for this reason that it is utmost importance to ensure that our security software is always current and relevant. It has also been suggested that we install endpoint security software. The larger category of security software includes firewalls, HIPS systems, whitelisting tools, patching tools, and logging software. Antivirus software is merely one component of this larger category or security software. All these solutions work together within a single application to provide protection for an organization against a wide variety of security dangers. Having an established framework in place for application security contracts would also apply to the supply chain operation, which would address any security concerns not already covered by the vendor. Recommendations. It is imperative that all parties involved had a common understanding of the monetary costs that will be necessary to implement any security recommendations. Security software is not one of the use cases in any organization where the cheapest product that will do the job is the way to go. However, there are surely use cases in any business when this is the case. To put it another way, you get what you pay for. However, this does not give you permission to go out and get the most expensive software that is currently available with the idea that it will keep you completely safe. A deliberate approach is required for dealing with the circumstances at hand. It is also important to note that the software comes with license prices, and this cost increased in direct proportion to the number of devices that are required to operate the program. This concludes the presentation.